Hey YouTube, it's Rita Lotus. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Y'all been going through a lot. I had a lot going on. That's why the smoke is so heavy. I'm going to give you a healing message. This is a healing message for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpios. What are the messages that you have for them regarding it? What's the message you have for them? Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Surrender to overthinking. You may have been obsessing about a person or place or a situation that turned a dilemma into a mental thing that's been driving you a little bit crazy. Some of it is spiritual. Doing so will help bring you some clarity in solving the problem or the problem that's already solved. You being stubborn about making this decision. Some people were dealing with their dark side, being stubborn, not really wanting to take the chance, knowing like, hey, like the door is already closed, no one's coming in already, and it's been a while. So let's just get back to the fact of the beauty of the natural world. And you're being stubborn, just overthinking what's outside of the current situation that you have possessed, that you know is an effortless way of being able to solve it. There are miracles that will be coming your way only if you're willing to release the stubbornness and the obsessive thinking about the scenario. And some of this is like a love situation. Don't overthink it. Love shouldn't be overthought. It should be effortless. And you should be able to see the elements, the nature of the person or the situation for what it is and how you can utilize it to make your plans. Surrender to drama. Surrender to silence. You're not sitting still enough to even think of where your thoughts are going. Like right now, how I'm looking at the cards is all scattered, and you just want to be right. You gotta be right, and you don't have time to play. You're feeling like you can fix a person, and we really can't. So the only people that we can fix is ourselves. And understanding that once we sitting up in silence, we can understand how to solve the dilemma that we are already facing, that it should be effortless for us to be able to figure out, because there's so many abundant blessings that are coming our way, but we're overthinking the process and becoming real stubborn about the nature of how things really are. With this, take a break, relax, and rebuild yourself. Untense yourself. Instead of overthinking, just observe the situation to understand that you have to be open to what life has to offer you. Two healers in the situation, in a warp of how Saturn can be so crucial dealing with a Capricorn. They are naturally born wizards of the zodiacs, and people have to understand that yes, it seems like they're rigid, but it's not, and they're not really, typically those type of people. Things are effortless. This may be a Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces or Scorpio. This is for Scorpio in particular. Stop pushing yourself so hard. And The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Go with the ebb and flow of life. Remember that the beauty of life is within the nature of a person, whether you choose to observe or select to choose drama. Is everything is by the choice that you choose. And if you don't sit silently, how are you going to be able to hear the thoughts to think clearly on what you should do and how your moves should be taken for? Because once you surrender the need to be right and actually take time to play, you'll understand you're not actually supposed to fix the problem. It's time for things to shift. What don't work, if it doesn't work, don't try to fix it. Every person must be accountable of his or her own healing. You are responsible for your healing. The other person is responsible for their healing. If you choosing not to, you choosing to be in a codependent type situation, and no one wants to be codependent. When you surrender to play, you take time to take a break from overthinking on the goals that you already probably accomplished, if not over accomplished, and enjoy time to relax, not think, not do things, not be sitting in a critical place to overthink the energy or the thoughts or the situation or the problem. It's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Sit down. You gotta sit down for them and just listen to your inner self. Surrender to what is. In the awe, take on the surprises for what they are. Surrender to the outdated beliefs that you have of the other people. This is not of yourself, but what you have for other people. Some people in the past, what they did, the past is the past. Surrender your resentment that you had, that things do fly away. Things do, life happens. And when you have to sit in resentment, you're not sitting in your whole self. Meaning you're not taking in the present moment. Well, I am present and I am thinking of no, you're not, because you have resentment, because every time that you think about it, you're, no, every time you think about it, it's like, oh, okay, it happened. If you can't think about a situation like that, that means you're still holding on to resentment. You're still stuck in a negative thought and thinking pattern. And you got to understand that you do possess control over your thoughts. And when those thoughts do come, acknowledge them and refocus on positive things. That's something I probably have to take for myself. When a negative thought, I took that on for myself. Whenever a negative thought came into my mind, I thought of something positive. Oh, your hair don't look nice. So, okay, well, guess what? The color looks great. I like the color. It didn't come out to sit out right like I see on everybody do Instagram, Facebook, whatever, these models. I'm not a model. I don't do that. But guess what? I did put the bomb color on there. Did do the bomb makeup. I did that. So, I found the positive, even in the negative thought. Your frustration. Use some lavender. This person might like either to wear black or purple. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key of resolving a dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a deep breath, center yourself, and breathe out. And you should feel when you inhale and you do a meditation, this is how you know you're doing it right. When you inhale, you should feel that air hit you'll feel your back pop, you'll feel your chest open up, you will feel your body relax. And when you exhale, you should be able to feel your tailbone. If you're sitting on the floor or in the chair, you should feel your tailbone and everything in this body relax to the ground. That's how you know you did a real good deep breath approach to regroup yourself. You surrendering frustration of having negative thinking with resented dates of outdated beliefs of other people that used to surprise you or let things be what they were, but you wasn't sitting in silence long enough to understand that you wanted to be right and to play and feeling like you could fix someone, missed out, possibly could miss out on a miracle or awaiting a miracle or a blessing. But you must not try, you must try, or you should try not to overthink and become stubborn, and understand that it flows to you effortlessly. Rid yourself of drama and understand the beauty of the natural world of how people work. You don't have low self-esteem, because I ain't ever known Scorpio to have low self-esteem. But if you're dealing with that, you should just look at the fact of the beauty of all your qualities that you do have. Hey, I know I'm perfectly fine with being about a 7 or an 8. I could be a 7 on this day on the 8. I ain't gonna hit no 10, but I at least know I'm a good solid 8. I'll be on that 808. Hey, I'll take my 8 and be happy and married with my little 8. I know what I am. Do you know what you are? So, in other words, meaning no one can try to mess with my self-esteem but me. Allowing a person's way of having big ego should not ever allow you to change a thing about yourself. Their ego does not create your reality. Someone's ego had to allowed or interfered with someone's self-esteem. Meaning, if your self-esteem, understand that you deserve success, you deserve love, you deserve abundance. Your job is to make sure you set an intention to identify and release any residue that's left of you feeling like you have some low self-esteem. We boost that confidence through the roof. We let go of ego that hinders us from doing services to others. And you got to understand that a big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Ain't that a blessing? Ego. Don't compare yourself to others. And surrender your attachments to the results. Oh, I'm going to make sure that I be, this and that at the end of the day. No. Surrender the low self-esteem. Let go of ego. Let go of comparing yourself to what others look like and how you feel you should compare to and look like the next person. No, you don't. Pray to God to send it up to him. Don't procrastinate. Y'all not procrastinating no more, so I know y'all on the move. But don't worry about it. Understand that you're unicorns. You're different. I said this in the Pisces reading. Y'all unicorns. Y'all different. You know what I'm saying? It's the time to be still, and you ain't got to act on anything. Once you send up that prayer and you stop worrying about those things, everything just start coming to you. You start putting up boundaries. You're no longer on the defense. You're starting to respond versus react. You're allowing those who want to help you and that you're asking for help, and you're starting to receive it and accept it with an open heart. Surrender to completely healing, and it's all going to be in divine timing. Don't allow stress to get in there. Y'all let go of stress. Y'all surrender to having inner peace. Y'all surrendered to stress. Y'all surrendered your inner peace. Y'all surrendered to the success, your intuition. Some people weren't listening to it, but you guys are listening to your intuition. You are accepting that success is your way. You are surrendering stress that you don't need to be stressing. You are surrendering to your inner peace, meaning that you guys are open. You're already accepting it for what it is. You surrender beliefs of scarcity. You're not without. Just because it feels like you don't have enough, it's plenty, especially if you're still able to move around. Trust the process. You're still not sleeping. Some people are starting to get rest and standing in their power, becoming more creative. Understand that you cannot control people, that you are on the right path. That you are on the right path. You're understanding that you have joy and surrendering to passion, but you're fearing, resisting the change. Don't deny the fact that you may have been, facing denial that you are on the right path. Yeah, you know, once upon a time you guys denied your passion for to have joy and that you were on your right path. You're feeling, you know, denying that you were trying to control people, that you had a lack of trust of people, that you're always feeling like you had needed more and wasn't trusting in the divine timing to help complete you in your healing, and surrendered to receiving support and love from those who are around you. You allowed the love and support of others come in rather than trying to handle everything by yourself. You know, we're not able to do this all on our own, and you took the opportunity to take the pressure off yourself and took the time to nurture yourself. You put down the defense mechanisms, because that's a sign of weakness, to communicate in a more empowered way. Stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. Y'all you know are willing to learn to respond versus to react. Setting limits and boundaries in relationships and practicing to express your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. Understanding the unicorn that you are, that the time it's time for you guys to be still and listen to the inner voice, intuition that you have. Surrender the procrastinations to worry and sending prayer versus putting an attachment to what the results is going to be for you. You're not going to compare, you know, you're doing your best not to compare yourself to others, and letting go of ego and low self-esteem. You're no longer resisting the change of your creativity and standing in your full power. You're finally taking the chance and opportunity to gain rest. You're letting go of unhealthy relationships and addictions. You're no longer having a fear of intimacy, but you are in fear of making these last moves to understand that you're not here to please everyone, and that spirit has been guiding you through the things to the magic of who you are and your health. So the focus has been for you to not resist the change of focusing on the wisdom of your body, focusing on your health. Listen to your body's message about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you're energized and happy, move forward. I feel I have to read this a second time. Listen to your body's message about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, it's a no. Be cautious. Approach with caution. If you're energized and happy, move forward. Especially if you're getting readings or energy healing, working, starting new businesses, working with people. Understand that if it makes you feel happy, move forward. If it makes you feel drained, be cautious. You know, surrendering to the magic of your heart and spirit. You're not people pleasing. You're not fearing intimacy. You're letting go of addictions, unhealthy relationships. You're surrendering yourself to actually not be fearful of the change of the creativity and standing in your full power. And you're taking time to actually rest and recuperate yourself. You're no longer in fear of denial of the passions and the joy that you possess. For you to know that you are actually on your right path. You can't control people, but you're understanding that you learning to trust yourself and those, that the situation is not scarce. It's just that things do change. But surrender, letting go of the ego was the biggest thing that you had to do in order to feel and present the change. And that's what is going to help you gain your inner peace. That's all I have for you. Let go of stress and understand that this is effortless, and surrender to surprises. That's all I have for you, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. I hope that this helps. And if you like my vibe, click like and subscribe. This was your healing message. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio.